because it is finally a wraps. The month of June is finally over, and the results are in. We only managed to take 6 trades, I think. Let's see how much it is. 1, 2, 3, 6 trades. I think that's actually a record. So, and on the month of April, we actually took the least, or at least close. So 9 trades here. So yes, definitely a record broken for me. Only got to take 6 trades this month. There wasn't much opportunity, but at the same time, I was also being very conservative, especially considering the prior month, which was May. Taking a look at May, obviously a big, massive loss. You definitely want to play conservative or trade more conservatively, or trade more conservative. Oh my God. It's been a month, you guys. Sorry about that. Trade more conservatively after experiencing a massive streak of losing trades like this. So we only got, in the month of May, we only actually profited just once. It was a good trade, I think it was. No, it wasn't even that good. So yeah, a lot of losses, big losses too. They were all kept relatively small, but some of them did go a little overboard, like this one, $80, 60 right here. This one was almost 62, so nothing too huge. $50 is only like 1% of my account, so we only lost 9% on this given month, the month of May. Not a big deal. So yeah, let's look back at our progress and see where we stand right now, and then at the end I'll give you guys the strategy that I'm using, give you guys some tips to maybe help you guys out, and hopefully help some of you guys avoid blowing up accounts or whatever the case may be that you need help with. I think this will be a good video for you guys. So starting off with January here, a bunch of slop. I wouldn't even consider this month, just simply because I literally don't even know why I didn't finish. I might have just lost hope, but of course I never give up. I've been trading for many years now, and only recently it's actually beginning to feel like actual progress. So we won't consider this one, but either way, from what we see right here, looks like we have a little profit here, but I will consider this one just because these in the black were never filled out, so I don't even remember if they were profitable or not. We took 30 trades here, 30 trades on this given month here. Terrible right there. That is so many trades. I could guarantee you half of these, if not more, are terrible, bad setups that I'm not even supposed to be trading. But nonetheless, that was January right there. Let's take a look at February, the month after that. So February started off kind of nice. Took like two wins. 3 losses, couple wins here, 3 losses. So we're going in the green, back in the red, in the green. Nice little streak of winning trades right here, actually. But then we ended off pretty badly. So this was overall a $72 profit, 1.4% of my account. So definitely not a bad start to the month. Obviously, we're ignoring the prior month just because this was actually documented completely from the from all the trades. All the trades were documented, unlike the January month. So moving into the month of March, you'll notice something drastically. Obviously, the trades have definitely decreased. I think in the last one, on the month of February, I didn't put much emphasis, but let's see. We took 26 trades on the month of February, and looking at the month of March here, you'll see that we only took 12 trades. So that's probably like a what is that? 15, 14 trade difference. So definitely, I essentially cut my trading activity in half at this point. So things are looking good, although if we look at our P&L, we're still barely even making any money here. So 0.51%, that's like barely anything. But just keep this in mind that whenever you're trying to trade a new strategy, which by now it's been 6 months, so it's not a new strategy anymore, and you'll see the difference as I go along in the months. But as you trade a new strategy, you're going to realize how difficult it is, to put it simply. I challenge you guys to actually go out there and try to trade a simple strategy, and you'll notice that you'll quickly and easily find yourself either deviating from the strategy entirely, or just constantly making mistakes and finding it very difficult to overcome those mistakes. So if you're a beginner out there, I encourage you and I challenge you to actually trade a strategy like this, or if not, an even simpler strategy than this one, and see how it goes, because that's really how you become a real professional trader, by executing simple strategies and eventually building upon them. But most importantly, you get to learn more about yourself and learn about the psychology behind trading, which is actually the key to becoming profitable. But yeah, the month of March, definitely a better month than the prior month of February. Pretty much broke even right here. But let's go look at the month of April now. So April, I think, was the most profitable month of the year so far. So again, it's been 6 months now, and we ended up profiting $425, an 8.5% return on my account, and that was only in 9 trades. So this was definitely the best month I've had so far. Only 9 trades, and I think all of them were good except for, it appears to be 3, and I'm pretty sure they were like pretty simple mistakes, and those were actually, let's see how much money we lost on these 3 actually. Actually, we only lost money on 2 of them. So one of them was a $17 profit, the other one was $17 loss, and then the other one was a $61 lost right there. So definitely a good month here. The best month, like I said, 8.5 return, not bad at all. Let's see what came after this one though. January, February, March, April, May. So May, I already know what's to come. It's kind of funny, but we lost everything the next month. Unfortunately, we only profited in one single trade, which is only a $35 profit. So the worst month here, or no, let me rephrase that. The best month was followed up by the worst month of the year here. Hopefully I don't experience anything like this, and I'm pretty sure I won't. I've really locked myself in already, and I don't think I'm going back to taking terrible trades like I have been on this, or not like I haven't, but like I did on this month, or even worse, taking like 30 trades like I did in the first couple of months. But those lessons are learned already. We're moving forward now, and this was unfortunately a $489 loss, 9.7% loss, so 9.79% loss. So a little bit more over the profit that we made on the prior month, but yeah, this was just definitely the worst month. Well, I think we only had like one good setup, which was this one right here, this one here. Yeah, I made a whole video about this one, and I explained how if we remove the trades that are like pretty much ranked 0, ranked 3, ranked 2 out of 3, if we remove all these right here, it would have still been a losing month, but it wouldn't have been as big of a losing month as it was like this. I think we would have saved like $200 or so. Check out my last video, I explained it a little bit more in detail. But regardless, I should also mention that I am taking a lot of good data here. So again, the setup ratings consists of a couple of things like the breakout, the daily trend, the volume average, moving averages, and the elephant candle, the aggressive candle. I'm going to go over that really quickly at the end of this video, so don't worry about missing out on the strategy. I'm going to explain it in just a moment. So that's the month of May right there. Terrible loss. January, February, March, April, May, June. So let's take a look at the month of June, which was the month that we finally closed, and here are the results. So we only took, how many trades did we take? I think this was 7 trades. The least trades we've taken so far in the year at any given month. So 7 trades, definitely good. We could even look at our Discord here, and you'll see just the amount of no good setups that I've been sending out in the month of June. Like we have literally 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think there was even a couple of days here that I missed that I just didn't see anything good, and I didn't even bother sending anything out, not even a little message like this. But the month of June, really dry. There wasn't much opportunity, but I'm not going to be trading if there isn't anything good. There was a couple of them like these two right here. I think I took both of these right here. Really good setups, by the way. But nonetheless, we ended up profiting $87. So this is really what I'm expecting. This is what I'm aiming for. 2, 3, 4% return. This wasn't even 2%, but it was 1.76. And it was definitely better than the prior month, considering that we just took, again, coming out of a month like this one right here, like the month of May. I mean, you definitely want to be minimizing your trades as much as possible and really focusing in on the best trade setup. So again, let's go back to the month of June here. You'll notice that all of them are rated 5.5 except for these two, but this is 4.5, or I should say 4 out of 5, and these are rated all 5 out of 5. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with these trades here. And these two last ones, there was only one thing wrong with them, and I think it was this one, probably the volume. Let's see what else we could find. And then this one had to have been the elephant candle. So I'm going to break this down a little bit, what I mean by the 75% from high. But all these were relatively high, obviously. As you see the number, 90%, 99, 95, 95, and this one was 75. So this was the little small mistake here that could have made my trade less probable of succeeding. And then the one over here in the bottom, also the volume pretty low. So I like to see exceeding volume, so just explosive volume. This one, I guess, was just average good volume. That was a 4 out of 5 right there. So where are we at 6 months into the year, or I should say 5 since we didn't count January? We're only up $122, 2.45%. So yeah, again, this is a brand new strategy that I'm learning this year. So far, it is looking pretty good. Definitely better than the initial month or months. 2-3 months. The first initial 3 months were probably the worst. Actually, not the worst, but they were pretty bad, especially considering the frequency and trading that I was doing. I mean, I took 30 trades, I think, in the first month, and then the second month, like 26 or something. So you definitely don't want to be trading that much, especially if you're swing trading. Just minimize your trading, lock in to the actual setup that's needed to be traded, and that's pretty much it. So I can't give you as much advice. If you guys want more advice, I encourage you, go ahead and check out the Discord here. I'll give you guys some advice if you text me personally. I have no problem with that. Every day I do send out a watch list. Of course, like I mentioned, I haven't been sending out anything, but something to consider is that I'm considering myself to actually start a new strategy, so I could offer you guys pretty much more trades to take. So in the case that I didn't find anything good for the other strategy, I would put no good setup today for, I don't know how I would call the other strategy, but whatever I would call it, you'd have, or maybe I'd make a whole new, I have no idea, channel. I think it's called channel. So I'll make a whole new channel strictly for that strategy, pretty much like I have for this strategy here. And I'll send out a watch list for that. Hopefully there is more opportunities, or at least in the days that it's dry for one strategy, I'll have setups sent out for that other new strategy. But that's something that's I'm only considering right now. I still haven't fully convinced myself to do that, but as of right now, this is what I have to offer. If you guys are interested, go ahead and join. I do have the description of the strategy as well here. This is the pretty much the description of it. So if you want to go ahead and take, I have nothing to hide here. In fact, it'd be better for you guys, or good for you guys. I want to make you guys good traders and actually just be sharing good information out here, and not false information that's misleading, and not only misleading, but also I can't think of a better word, but illusion would be a good word. So I don't want to give you guys the illusion or the impression that trading is easy. By no means it is easy. It's actually one of the hardest things to actually be profitable in it. But that's why it's also the most profitable thing you could do in finance. So that's all I'm going to say to you guys. Let's break down the strategy really quickly for you guys, just because there's much time. But essentially what I'm looking for is a couple of things. Number one is the aggressive green candle. So I'm looking for an explosive elephant candle, engulfing bar, whatever you want to call it, but it is a candle that engulfs all the other prior bars. And keep in mind that this is done on a daily time frame. So every candle represents 1 day worth of time. This trade is actually one we took, I think, this month. This had to have been this month right here. This was done like 6-7 days ago, 6-7 trading days ago. So aggressive green bar. I just simply look at the top gainers of the day, and in this particular day it was a, let's see, 26% increase. So we moved 26% up. Obviously this candle was an aggressive green candle that was way bigger than all these prior bars. That's the number one thing to look out for, aggressive green bar. Number two is some form of resistance being broken with that green candle. So in this case we only had one touch point here, but this is good enough. I mean, you could definitely tell that there is a range right here. So price going sideways, that's pretty much where resistance is. And you want to see that thing get broken with that aggressive green candle. And then number three is volume. So you want to have all those two things combined. So you want to have those two things combined with explosive volume like we see down here in the bottom. All right, so if you've watched my prior videos, you might think that's pretty much it. And for the past couple of months, it has been it. I've just been looking at the aggressive green bar, explosive volume, and then the break out of the resistance. But I've been really looking closely at the moving averages, and the moving averages is actually something that I've been considering for the past, since I initially started trading actually, but only recently have I started to realize that it's actually pretty important and imperative that I consider these in every single trade. So essentially what I want the moving averages to be doing is pointing upward, or at the very least beginning to point upward. And if we look closely here at the aggressive green bar, so the entry candle here, the moving averages, specifically the 20 moving average, is pointing slightly upward here. And if you just zoom out a little bit, you'll notice that the moving averages are just clearly on an uptrend. And if you zoom even further out, I mean, you know that this thing has just been trending kind of upward here, and we've just been seeing higher lows and higher highs forming. So that's a very clear sign of an uptrend here, and you would definitely want to be buying into setups like this. So let's look at another example here. This is, I mean, look at this example here, the moving averages here. Clear uptrend here in the moving averages. You got the 50, even the 200 period moving average kind of slightly. It just arose. This is probably a new stock that just came out, but all the moving averages are pointing upward. That's a very, very important rule of thumb right there. And then another thing that I really do consider, that I have been considering just recently, is the amount of data or amount of candles that are in the resistance. Like in this case, this is probably the bare minimum that I'm willing to take, but the more candles that are in the resistance, the better. Let's take a look at another example here. NRXP here. Again, we have the aggressive green bar right here. Yeah, this one probably wasn't even that much of a profitable trade, but it was still a profitable trade nonetheless. I think it was. Now that I'm looking at this big gap, I think it was. I'm not sure, but you definitely could have had a lot of opportunity to exit your trade here, or at least a partial exit. But let's look at the resistance here. Is the main focus that I wanted to add to this. There's at least, I don't know how, there's probably a year of data right here actually, just in this resistance, and then we broke out of it, and then we moved up nicely. So the more resistance there is in the sorry, the more candles or the more days, the more data, whatever you want to call it, the more candles there is in the resistance or the range, the better the breakout will be, or the stronger the breakout will be. Let's take a look at another example here. But again, I have a whole bunch of examples here. Nice little resistance here. And I'm not really looking for like 3 touch points, 4 touch points. Obviously, the more touch points, the better. I should say that. But what I'm really looking for is like, kind of like a range right here. And in this case, in many cases, there's really only one touch point that gets broken out. And again, look at the moving averages, man. Just look at the moving averages. In fact, depending on your trailing method, you probably would have even still been holding this, since the day that we entered, this thing has moved about a little over $20. So a massive winner here for those of you guys that might have used other trailing methods here. I probably would have. I think I probably exited out around right here, somewhere right here, but it was still definitely a profitable trade for me. Moving averages are perfect. Explosive volume down here. This is actually one of the best setups that I've taken in my life, actually. Aggressive green candle, nice resistance, explosive volume, and then look at the moving average just starting to move up. And that's really when you want to be entering. As soon as you feel the power of the moving averages start to kick in, that's where you want to be. But I'm going to end it right there, you guys. A nice little description of the strategy here, and also a little feedback, a little recap of the past 6 months. So January started off insanely rough here. Probably lost like 80% of my trades here. I somehow managed to come out profitable, or unless I'm lying to myself, and these trades here were actually pretty big losers. I'm pretty sure they were actually, but considering the other losses here, but massive losses here, a bunch of trades here, 30 trades, definitely not what you want to be seeing. Month of February, things didn't even slow down. Still took a whole bunch of trades. They're slightly good. Still managed to come out with a profit. And then you really got to see things change on March. I think it is March. Obviously a massive decrease on trade frequency, $25 real quick right there. And then April, really when the things just started to. This month had to have been the month that gave me the most confidence. I mean, 8% return on a single month. I have that video. Go ahead and check it out. This gave me the confidence that I needed. It showed me the light when there was pure darkness. But then again, if it was followed up by even more darkness here, aggressive losing streak here. Didn't matter though. I knew I could do better. June came around, which is this last month that we just closed. Ended up with a nearly 2% return. I'm happy with that. Again, those of you guys who are thinking that this is not a lot, try trading a simple strategy. Please try to do so. You'll find that it's incredibly hard. I'm going to end it right there. So far, we're up 2.45%. I hope you guys enjoyed the little recap. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy 4th of July. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And subscribe, you guys. So stay focused. Stay safe out there.